Power 1017, the hottest music studios. Sponsored by Odds and Ends Smoke Shop, with locations in Delmar and Seaford, carrying the full line of top-tier Dr. Dabber products, e-rigs for vaporizing, and a full range of water pipes and accessories. Visit Odds and Ends online at oe420.com.
All right, so interesting story that's being reported.
Headlines, yeah.
From 47, talking about Worcester County and the violence in the schools and all this. And, I got to admit, I got a little defensive because it's my school. Mm-hmm. Worcester County. I love Worcester County. There has been a lot of times where there's been things I'm sure that's going on, but I think it happens everywhere.
Right.
So, we got in a conversation about that. We got in a conversation about bullying and all that. And a lot of you guys are, checking in. Let's go 302-858-5117. I got a message from a teacher who's a friend of mine.
Okay.
Who's actually in the schools, not going to say what school, but in the schools, and says, Bill, this story is BS. They're trying to discredit public schools. This is 100% political.
Oh, wow.
Kids fight. This is not new. Kids who fight in school need to, have a base consequence, not a criminal record. I agree with that. Obviously, there's, exceptions to this, but police do not need to be notified or involved in the majority of these referrals. This is another piece of Moms for Liberty. Remember the group that we talked about?
Oh, right.
Kids need social, emotional support and education, and those complaining do not support this. If you don't teach your kids how to handle their emotions, then what happens is they go into fight or flight mode.
Good morning, Power 1017.
You got a comment?
Oh, I got a comment.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm from Laurel,
Okay.
right? And of course we've had some issues in Laurel here lately, but there's some. I see 4 major problems going on right now with the way these kids are acting and being raised. Number one, when I was growing up, I take a step back and I look at my grandparents. My grandparents were old, right? And they were sitting in their chairs watching their stories and stuff like that. Now a grandparent is probably, maybe 40. Maybe 40. So they're still living their best life. Mom and dad are still living their best life. And the kids are seeing this and thinking that it's okay for them to live their best life. So that's one of the problems. 2, church was taken out. When I was growing up, we had to go to church. It was a mandatory thing. Now, no. There's no religion or anything. And like I said,
hold on a minute. Who's taking church out?
The parents aren't taking the kids to church or anything like that.
Okay, all right, hold on. Let me just stop you right there, because everybody can always say, "Oh, it starts at home. It's a parents. It's a parents." You're not changing the way people parent. So how can we, change had this bullying situation? You can always say it can start at home, but you're not gonna go in somebody's home and say you need to start taking them to church so it can change. That's not
you're right.
So instead of kind of reminiscing how the way the life used to be, let's talk about what we can do to help this bullying situation.
So one of the other things is that I know that like I said, how we were raised is that if you did something wrong, you were going to get punished for it.
So all right, so what does a school do as a stronger punishment then? Tell me. Give me something that they can do as a stronger punishment for bullying.
First of all, when we had, they don't have
not what we had. Just tell me what they can do. Tell me.
You got to give these kids. You got to give these kids detention. You got to sit them down. You got to give them counseling. You got to do everything that you could possibly do to get that mindset that they have.
All right. What's everything they can? Okay. What's everything they can possibly do? What? You said
that's what I'm saying.
Counseling's number one. Counseling's number one. What else?
2, a punishment for bullying.
What? That's my question.
Suspension.
So send them home. Send them home.
Yep. Because then guess what? Now the parents have got to be responsible when they go home.
What if the parents aren't? What if they don't have a? What if they don't? They have parents who don't care.
Well, see, that's the problem.
Okay, well, so it'll never end.
Until the parents start caring, yeah, absolutely.
So that's it. It's never going to end then, because there's always going to be parents. There's some parents who aren't there. Not all kids have love at home.
Well, see, that's a community thing, right? That's where the community needs to step in and see if they see these kids bullying in school. You know what I mean? And it's obviously out there. You're going to see it.
Okay, community. All right. Hold on. Counseling number one. Now you're saying community step in. So what's that mean? Have more mentors available? That's a good suggestion?
Yeah, that means it takes a village. It takes a village to raise these children. So if we see that this is going on and they're not getting the guidance and love that they need at home, then why can't a person step up and say, hey, look, why don't you come over here? Let me show you something.
They can. Mentors are in desperate need.
Because I know in my community, I definitely step up with the kids when I see them.
Okay.
I always ask them when they're walking by my house. I always ask them, hey, you guys all right? You staying out of trouble?
Yep, so do I. I do the same thing. I see my kids' friends, even when my daughters are graduated now. I see their friends from school. I'm like, you doing good? You staying out of trouble? I see Bryce's friends now, keeping your grades up. I always keep up on them. And, the parents, they love it, so the kids love it. The kids eat it up.
When their parents start seeing you doing something like that, then it makes them feel like, hey, what am I doing wrong?
Where are you calling from?
Laurel.
Hey, thanks for checking in, buddy.
Thank you so much.
All right, tons of text messages in. Let's see here. 603, find the parents for their kids fighting and bullying.
Oh, fine.
It'll be taken care of at home if it impacts the mom and dad's wallet.
Pocket.
Okay. 330, that guy has no clue. He just stop it. That message is for the streets.
Oh.
Our buddy Adam checking in. 396, I agree the kids need consequences, not a record, and not to be labeled a problem child either. Yeah. 858, first fight suspension, second fight juvie, third kicked out indefinitely.
All right, so there's that. The first one.
That's what I'm looking for. Suggestions.
First fight.
I'm not saying that's the way it should go. I'm just saying.
Suspended.
Second, juvenile detention. Third, kicked out indefinitely.
Kicked out indefinitely. Wow. That sounds like.
Does that sound right?
A plan. Put something in motion.
Yeah. Let's see. Can y'all play Encore by Cheryl Lynn?
We know those Throwback Thursday requests.
I know.
Continue to come in.
736, they should make the bullies do community service.
That was a suggestion.
Yeah, for the one they bullied. Humble them a little. Wow, okay. I like it. See, I'm all about suggestions. I want suggestions. Don't say...
do community service for the person that you bullied.
Yes.
Got it.
Bill and Jess, my kids are in elementary school, and I'm an old school parent for sure, and I'm scared to death to send my kids to school. Not scared to send them to school. They're all boys, and they come home with the craziest stories. The teachers of their school are great communicators through Class Dojo. My kids are very easily influenced, though, and I tell them to be a leader, not a follower. But bullying is a huge issue at these schools. Mm-hmm. My boys know if they bully, I'm going to handle them. But if they get bullied, they know to report it to mommy. No, and I'll follow up with the schools. But if the schools can't stop it, someone hurts them after all, and that puts their hands on them, then they have the right to defend themselves. Okay? We have to do better as parents. Your kids know if they get in trouble with the school, mom, dad going to handle them. 515, what up, Carl?
Hi, Carl.
He says amen.
Amen.
Must have been something I said.
Amen.
He says amen.
Must have been something Bill said.
Let's see, 726. What I've noticed is a lot of swept under the rug with admins. And we're not just talking about Worcester, talking about all schools. Seems like they're more terrified of the parents when students receive a certain amount of referrals. They're placed in the trailer, which is out. Oh, they're placed in the trailer. They just throw them in the trailer, which is outside away from other students for 30 days. Wow, that's like in jail. They throw them in the hole.
Trailer.
They throw them in solitary.
Stop.
They put them in a trailer.
Stop.
I'm just saying, is that what they do? Put them in the hole.
I have no idea.
Do they bring their lunch to the little door, the
Stop.
slot?
Stop. Bill.
No, I know that's not funny.
Stop it.
344. We need Big Mama back. Right. On a happier note, a good sunny morning. Can you play Genuine and Pony? Let's see. 242. Lack of qualified crisis intervention in schools allow things to escalate. Mental health and juvies is not addressed. Let me tell you, mental health is so real, guys. So real. So real. Let's see. They mentioned another school I'm not going to mention. My child gets bullied and nothing gets done. But when she started confronting, the child that's bullying her, then it's a problem. My child is also black and the other child is white. This school that they're talking about has a rep for racism. I think when the school starts to realize there's a problem going on, they need to step in and figure out, what the problem is coming from and what's going on at home to see if the problem's happening at home. Okay. 365, bring back scared straight programs. What is that?
Isn't that Scared Straight, where they like take some of the kids and they like go and show them like what it's like
the
in
jail to a juvie?
like
Yeah.
a Scared Straight program. Yeah,
Yeah.
they show them like the consequences of your actions
Okay.
and what it's like.
Let's see. Wycomico, I will say that, has good incentive events every month.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
So they not only have things, of course, if you do wrong, but
If you do
you
right.
do good.
Yeah,
you
I
have
like that.
incentives.
I like that. Good
too.
job, Wycomico. 880 Community Service Counseling. Zero tolerance policy. If you are, in fact, known to be a bully or you take it physically, you can get physically kicked out. They need more boot camps. Okay. Boot camps. They already put them out in the trailer.
Bill.
Let's see. Kids don't, I don't even know if I should read your, kids don't play basketball in the hallway because they have a place designated for that. Implement a boxing program.
Boxing?
Boxing program. Okay. My daughter goes to, and then they name the school. She was bullied from kindergarten all the way up through third. Then I put her in karate and she got her confidence. Now she stands up to the bullies and other students. And I've always told her, if somebody's bullying, you go to the teacher. If they put your hands, then you defend yourself. Interesting.
That's a long time to be bullied.
430, this is another school district I'm not going to name. They say that they're the worst for kids with Asperger's. They do not have patience or training.
Oh.
669, start a program where the bully has to spend time with the person they bullied to get to know the person. And once they get to know the person, see if that changes.
So have them together.
Yeah. Put them together.
Goodness, a lot of ideas
A lot,
here.
lot of good ideas.
Okay, a lot of ideas.
Back to the original story. I know you guys keep the texts are coming in like crazy. But back to the original story. It's kind of disturbing to me to hear that it's political. And if it is in fact this group that's coming at our public schools, that's for the
That's a
streets.
shame.
That's like, I don't like that at all. So, and again, I think it's all, and from our listeners, which has looked like it's represented a big chunk of everybody from Delaware, all over Maryland, all over Delaware, who have checked in this morning. I mean, we've been getting, you see all the texts and calls we've been getting this morning. It's not just Worcester County, so stop it.
No. I mean, it caught me off guard when
Stop
that was
it.
the headline and you shared that. Wow.
So, and I absolutely, and that was my question. Like,
So you feel like that part of it there's like something behind it.
I think there's something behind it. There's been too much behind things lately,
That's a shame.
So, am I right or right? I mean, we've been seeing this.
So we have to talk more off the air.
Yeah. Because I don't want to get too political.
No,
right now.
no,
I have
no.
before, but I don't want, but don't be, come on. Don't be disrespecting.
Wow.
So, I mean, I still, again, there's been things that have happened in my kids', school history. I have 4 kids that I don't agree with. And we've had to meet with teachers. We've had to meet with principals. I've done it all over the years, but I feel like that's everywhere. It's not a certain school.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I have
Not a certain school, a
we
certain
go.
district.
I'm representing right now Decatur, where it's greater. You know what I'm saying? So I just the politics. I hope that it ain't some dirty politics going on, which so I don't know. We'll continue to follow this story. I love my kids' schools. I love them. So I represent. I went through there. I'm proud that
Yeah, I know.
So
I know.
I think it happens in all schools, and I love the public school system. Support public schools. They should be fully funded. So, am I? I'm sorry, not going to get too political. 7:58. Throwback Thursday continues on the way.
The Daily Download with Carson Daly. Every Sunday morning.